New leaked documents from Hybe reporting that V and JungkooK did surgery. Jungkook may have a reaction to the controversy surrounding the label, likely due to him being insulted. Additionally, there is legal motion being taken and updates on the entire scenario, as well as people suggesting that V and JungkooK might consider leaving the label after all of this has surfaced. A clip, or several screenshots, have resurfaced that have gotten people talking, particularly a moment from an interview with V. In the interview, he discussed his journey with the company. He specifically mentioned that he and the company, as well as the group, do not always see eye to eye and do not agree with everything the organization does. Apparently, all the members, or at least Tae and JungkooK, had talked extensively about what they wanted to do with their contracts and whether or not they wanted to renew them. V noted that he and JK cried a lot over this and ultimately decided to go ahead and renew the contract. Of course, this is what we know right now. The boys are planning the 2025 reunion, so needless to say, they did renew that contract. This was interesting because it seemed like V was contemplating whether he and JK wanted to go solo, but they ultimately decided they wanted to stay with the other members and see them happy. They went ahead and renewed the contract. This could be a situation where the label suggested to them to consider going solo for a while or indefinitely. Whatever it was, we have no idea. Also, keep in mind that this is a translation I'm extrapolating from, so it may not be 100% accurate. But this is intriguing because many people have been insinuating that the specific issue being discussed indicates that he and the other members do not have a good relationship with everyone at the label. This was further amplified because, understandably, there is a lawsuit going on right now and many people are questioning what is really happening inside the label. With many documents coming out and various assumptions people are making about these documents, the label is not portrayed in a very favorable light. Of course, I do not believe that this is entirely true. Is it possible to not have a good relationship with the company you work for? Absolutely. People who are getting upset, I feel, are those who have never worked in a corporate environment before. The reality is, if you have worked at a company, you might disagree with many of the things that organization does, who they end up promoting, how they handle crises, or perhaps even the darker side of the company where shady things happen. This is inevitable considering the number of people in the label and how some might feel they can get away with illegal activities, or whatever it is. So, this is bound to happen in any company. Now, I do not necessarily know if it is occurring in this company or label, but it can manifest in any organization. I think it's interesting when people act as if the label is the spawn of Satan and that they are doing all these terrible things, as if most businesses aren't doing similar things. Also, I want to clarify that I'm discussing these matters as if they are true, but we do not know if they are.
So all of this is alleged.
Many people are now saying that the boys, particularly V, are considering leaving the label, or even suggesting they should just leave if they don't believe that can happen. They're just stating that they want to leave. I don't think the boys will leave because, at the end of the day, it was their choice to sign the contract and continue working with them. I do not think their signing had anything to do with not liking the label or believing that the label consists of bad people. I think they considered signing for many other reasons, some of which may have been a bit more selfish. Maybe they did want to think about having solo careers. I have no idea. These are just thoughts. We also have an update on the legal action situation. If you are unaware, not too long ago, a YouTuber allegedly spread a lot of misinformation. Not just misinformation, but a lot of hatred towards the BTS members and other artists from different groups. When V found out about this, he publicly stated that he would start taking legal action against this individual. It was believed that he did so, but then ultimately halted legal action due to a lack of evidence. However, it was believed that they resumed legal action and then won. But this situation goes a little deeper now because some people have discovered alleged leaked documents that have upset many. The documents allegedly discuss how the label had subscribed to this YouTube channel. This is alleged because I do not even think it's possible to prove this. It is quite easy for anyone to fabricate a document and claim it came from the label. We're already aware that sometimes K-media websites can fabricate or manipulate information to create stories. Now, this is where things get a bit interesting. Some people have alleged that the label used information from this YouTube channel to create a false narrative about other artists they were discussing, aside from BTS, and to incite people to attack other artists from different labels. This tactic is referred to as offensive marketing, where companies do not focus on their own products but instead insult their competition as a form of marketing. Some groups will even go so far as to pay influencers tens of thousands of dollars to insult their competitors, which I think is a fairly risky form of advertising. Typically, they might not instruct the influencer to discuss their own product at all, making it a considerable gamble if customers or the audience will even think about their brand after the competition is insulted. Many people have been saying that this is what the label was doing and that they were using this YouTuber as a means to gather information to do that. All the allegations came out, and people were quite upset over the internal documents being revealed. The CEO came forward and largely denied much of it. There are some things they did not fully deny, but regarding the offensive marketing tactic, they completely denied it. I fully agree with them when they say they did not engage in that. The reason is that it simply does not make any sense. Why would a label focus their resources on insulting another artist? It would not help their artist at all. Artists and celebrities are different from products, obviously. So while you might hear a negative review about a product and then avoid that product like the plague, the same cannot be said about a celebrity. People love to watch a celebrity fail, so even if it's bad press, it still helps the celebrity. It makes no sense for a label to try to damage their competition in this way because it would only garner more press for their rivals. This is where some of these rumors require a bit of critical thinking, and then you can kind of understand how unrealistic they are. The CEO did bow his head in apology when he discussed the internal documents being reviewed. There were some insults in those documents. Keep in mind these things are translated from one language to another, so much of this information is not entirely clear. However, the CEO did say that the contents of the document were highly inappropriate. They initially used the document to gather information and opinions, but once it was revealed, people could see how rude and disgusting some of the comments were. Thanks for watching.